Many people believe Kick was started as an answer to Twitch's censorship, banning, or unfair 50% revenue take. The truth is much more sinister. As we'll examine, Kick, much like Rumble's answer to YouTube, prides itself on letting controversial streamers get away with whatever they want. Kick staff supports them and even donates to them after they are caught doing inappropriate things.
Riot is friends with them.
Bro has Kick on his side. On God, I got Andre on my side.
If hate speech wasn't enough, Kick has recruited streamers known for their anti-woman tirades, bullying, and preference for minors.
Fake ID, good.
Stories of doxing, illegal filming, and reckless endangerment are just the tip of the iceberg. Under the surface lies a full-scale operation designed to get kids addicted to gambling. What's their hidden plan to accomplish this? Let's examine the evidence. Australian billionaires Ed Craven and Bijan Tehrani launched Kick in 2022. They are also the co-owners of crypto gambling site Stake.com, an important connection, as you'll see in a minute.
But why did you then start Kick?
We had the ability to speak with a lot of these creators. We understood their frustrations. I think the frustrations with other platforms has been going on for a while now.
Ed Craven claims that Kick was started to give creators more revenue share and act as a bastion of free speech, similar to Rumble. He denies any direct ties from Stake to Kick, though that claim appears extremely weak. In September 2022, Twitch announced they were banning gambling streams from unlicensed sites. The unlicensed part is key here. The site, which is owned by Amazon, announced it will update its policies beginning October 18 to prohibit streaming of gambling websites that include slots, roulette, or dice games from unlicensed operators, specifically identifying 4 sites: Stake, Rollbit, Duelbits, and Roobet. Stake.com technically has a license in Curacao, but this license is not recognized by the United States due to Curaçao's lax regulation. Twitch continues to allow sports betting, presumably due to its widening popularity and official licensing in many US states. While sports betting may include games of skill rather than chance, the lines are often blurred when the marketing implies a higher chance of success. Kick was launched just a month after the Twitch ban. Coincidence? Press X to doubt. Streamer Trainwrecks TV took to Twitter to explain his move to Kick. Trainwrecks TV cites poor revenue splits from Twitch as the reason for heading over to Kick, but he is one of the most popular gambling streamers, so he had a lot to lose from the gambling ban. Stake stood to lose even more. And it appears Trainwrecks TV has a close relationship with Stake owner Eddie. In a leaked Discord DM between XQC and Trainwrecks TV, he talks about gambling illegally on Stake. I hired a cryptographer to decode this blurry mess. XQC, can we play one more day? Trainwrecks TV, ask Eddie. If he says yes, you have to make a new Stake account. He has to ban the other one. Then you have to play on full screen and block screen in between games. You cannot show you're on Stake at all. That's why Canada needs to happen ASAP. Next, you need to let me or Eddie know if you're down and win. I'm leave for Canada on Friday. Keep that low though, don't want my stalkers to F with me. Also bro, let me know what you want to do. Eddie keeps bugging me about it. Despite being nearly impossible to read, it does appear that Trainwrecks TV and XQC were gambling illegally on stream, and according to Trainwrecks, Eddie was aware of this. It's one thing for people to gamble illegally. That happens all the time. It's another story for streamers with thousands of viewers to do it with the casino owner being aware of this practice. The second promise of a free speech streaming platform led to a new Wild West for controversial streamers doing whatever it takes for views and attention. They pay lip service to content moderation through short temporary bans, but that's about it. Sadly, that position has led to some horrible and in several cases, illegal acts going down. Toxic chats and trolls will always find their place on the internet, but these streamers set the bad examples and egg them on. Let's break all this down in an interview with CEO Eddie Craven.
The whole concept of kind of dipping into that sub-split that's kind of unfair, right? We don't think that a platform, just a platform that simply curates other people's content deserves a right to kind of take a split of people's revenues.
Aw, aren't they so generous? They give a 95-5 split with their creators. They believe in fairness. I hate being a cynic, but I've never seen a billionaire give away a bunch of money without getting something in return. Charitable donations get tax write-offs, and here it seems the 95-5 split is just a way to siphon off creators from Twitch and get their loss leader funnel off the ground.
At the moment for Kick, we're definitely looking more towards advertising down the line as being the primary sort of business model.
Really, honestly, right now, so Kick has only been around for 3 to 4 months, right? We saw profit in Q1. We saw profit in Q1 just through one strategic partnership.
Eddie claims Kick turned a profit in Q1, but that may have just been Stake's investment because it doesn't make sense any other way. Kick, much like Rumble, can't be profitable as a free speech platform. The math just doesn't math. The unfortunate reality is that in today's internet landscape, it's the advertisers who pay the bills. They are the actual clients of platforms like YouTube and Twitch, and this is why we are seeing more censorship than ever. Moderation in some respects is good, but no matter how far it goes, it's ultimately not up to us, the viewers. The money just won't follow, and these free speech platforms will be crushed under the weight of their operational expenses. Twitter has lost almost half its advertising revenue since Elon Musk took over, and changing the name to X certainly didn't help. Either Kick changes its moderation to match Twitch, or it will suffer the same fate. Advertising is the fuel that keeps these channels running, and I feel lucky when I get to partner with a great company like today's sponsor, Aura. My account receives alerts every day notifying me of all the ways scammers might be trying to find my passwords or personal information. One way they can do this is by buying your information off data broker websites. Data brokers are making a fortune selling your information to robocallers, spammers, and others who want to learn more about you, like where you live. Aura can identify data brokers exposing your info and submit opt-out requests on your behalf. Brokers are legally required to remove your info if you ask them to, but they make it super hard to do. Let Aura handle it for you. AT&T recently revealed that over 72 million customer records, both existing and former customers, were released on the dark web. They recommend those affected use strong passwords, monitor account activity, and consider credit freezes or fraud alerts from credit bureaus. Well, Aura does all of this for me. And best of all, I don't have to download several different apps just because a company couldn't keep my data secure. If my info was compromised in the AT&T data breach, I wouldn't worry because Aura is always on, always doing the hard work of keeping me safe. Aura wants you to protect your private information, which is why they're offering my audience a 14-day free trial. Go to aura.com/Spencer to get a 14-day free trial. How amazing is that?
The biggest misconception with live streaming is the fact that, it's extremely expensive. Don't get me wrong, it's expensive. The servers required to make that happen are expensive. There's no doubt, but not nearly as expensive as I think people assume them to be.
Is that actually true though? Kick ironically pays Amazon, the owner of Twitch, for its AWS servers to host Kick streaming. According to AWS documents, approximately 10,000 viewers for a 1-hour live event using a high-definition 1080p encoding profile is approximately $1,500 for the 1-hour event.
21, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 22, 20, 20, 20, 22, 20, 20, 21. Bro, there's no way I did this much.
So he streams for an estimated 270 hours per month with an estimated average of 21,000 live viewers. This would be $1,500 times 2 for 20,000 viewers equals $3,000 for a 1-hour live event. Then $3,000 times 270 hours equals $810,000 per month just to host XQC on AWS. So Kick will pay almost $1 million per month to host XQC and offer him a 95-5 split, and advertisers that are not yet signed to the platform are supposed to somehow make this company profitable.
Kick isn't definitely not owned by Stake in that capacity. We share some similar shareholders, myself included, but there are individuals, key individuals that are heavily involved in both.
This is a crafty way to weasel out of the question. It's a distinction without a difference. Technically, Stake does not own Kick, but if both Stake owners also own Kick, what is the actual difference?
Listen, you can quote me on this right now. Similar to how I said we're never going to take away the 95-5 subsplit, we will not start running Stake ads throughout Kick in the form of pre-rolls or mid-rolls or any of those kind of advertising methods.
Notice he says very specifically that Kick will not run ads throughout Kick in the form of pre-rolls or mid-rolls or on the website front page. What he conveniently leaves out is that Stake has already signed contracts with numerous high-profile Kick streamers to gamble on Stake during their live streams. This is a form of advertising called native advertising and is one of the most effective forms of advertising because the viewer doesn't even realize he or she is being advertised to. It's clearly designed to get kids addicted to gambling before they are even old enough to use the site.
I think a big part about Kick is listening to the community, understanding what they're concerned about, trying to be receptive. And by all means, if we started doing that, I think that would cause, a lot more problems than what it's worth.
Eddie constantly goes back to his appeal to the community to try to build trust and give them cover when in reality his promises ring hollow.
Stake, as it is, a successful business that doesn't need to have intrusive ads to continue working.
Here, Eddie gives away the game. He mentions intrusive ads while knowing his real goal is native ads.
I think the biggest misconception with live streaming is the expenses associated with it. We don't expect Kick to be profitable, for at least sort of 2-3 years.
We don't have the numbers, but seeing as many people still believe YouTube isn't profitable with its 2.4 billion monthly active users due to exorbitant server costs, it's hard to believe that Twitch is profitable at 1/10 the size.
We will have to roll out ads at some point. But the way we roll out ads, this is a big sort of theory we have here, is we think that it can be done more efficiently.
Twitch is now owned by Amazon, whether it's hubris or stupidity, believing you can execute advertising more effectively than Amazon is just a ridiculous claim, not to mention thinking that advertisers will actually come to Kick with its current lax moderation.
We don't want to be on the wrong side of incorrect policy. And, I think this is a really big part about sort of moderation. I've had some really productive chats with Aiden when there has been elements of controversy. And, we like to think that we've definitely made progress.
I said it. They're all NPCs and I'm every shot. But can I say it in front of you? I mean, bro, that's what you want to say.
Yeah. He's not, that's not him, but I'm every shot, y'all.
There's been a lot of people that have subsequently talked down on Kick, because of the fact that some streamers have used the service. We want to avoid heavily promoting or heavily pushing content which may be deemed to be inappropriate.
Inappropriate is an understatement. Under the cover of jokes, these guys do some disgusting things.
Mike, I'm just looking out for you. We don't like teenage girls. I do. So leave. I love them.
And another one.
Wait, listen, how old are you? I'm 19.
Oh, I'm 16.
You said 18?
Yeah.
You're 18, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right. So, I don't see an issue here.
They went so overboard that even Kick had to give them the boot. That's like getting kicked out of a Trump rally for carrying too many guns.
We hear these complaints loud and clear. We understand we have to address them. We have to make sure that we create a safe environment.
Safe environment? How about some hidden camera invasion of privacy?
We are in communication, specifically with Aiden. We have spoken about the issues that have occurred, and I'd like to think that we can find a way forward.
What do y'all want to watch on, bro? The y'all want to watch on here, bro? I don't support this.
Aiden's just one example out of many. I think a lot of platforms and social media go ahead and they kind of just ban people out of the blue and just remove their access and don't give them much explanations. And we like to think that by communicating and giving people a fair chance can sometimes lead to them, making the correct change.
Yeah, I'm sure this girl needs an explanation for why she was banned.
You should just jump in right now.
Oh! You told me to jump in.
I didn't tell you to jump in.
Yes, you did. I can't swim. I can only float.
She says she's drowning. There, she's drowning in the lake.
God, there's a fire truck.
Here, Natalie thought it would be entertaining to offer $20 to a woman to jump into a lake after the lady said she couldn't swim. Immediately after the woman jumps in, Natalie and her friends flee the scene, failing to even call 911. Shortly thereafter, the fire department arrives to save the woman. These people are so disconnected from the real world that they treat strangers like props. And actually, she hasn't even been banned from Kick yet. What a surprise.
I think just pulling a switch and banning someone's channel without even speaking to them isn't typically going to change the way they act. We don't want to be known as a place where people can come and just say anything they want and get away with it. Hate speech, for example, that's something we don't tolerate at all.
I'm an internet warrior. What's your name? What's your first name? What's your first name? Tell me your first name. I don't give a 10 years old. I will please bleed. I swear to God. Big ass gap in her teeth. I want to literally punch. Oh my God. Like this. No, I literally can't tell.
But Neon, she just said she was a man and now she developed to a girl.
I'm disgusted, bro. I genuinely hope someone comes to your house and in the head, you hippo, you.
Oh no.
Finish. This cat. How the wake up like that?
If there is hate speech within somebody's chat and it gets reported to the correct avenues, even toxicity that breaches the guidelines, breaches policy, we are on top of that.
Religion's a scam, and the only reason you exist in this decade is because you're a tax write-off. There you go. What do? Fly a plane into one of my buildings?
If you go to Kick right now, you're not going to get pre-rolls with stake ads. You're not going to see that. If you go to any other social media platform, you're going to get a lot more gambling ads than you get on Kick right now. I can assure you right now, you are going to be much more prone to forming a gambling habit through advertisements if you're on another platform.
This is a bold-faced lie. Native advertising through gambling streams is just as, if not more, addicting. Researchers Raymond Wu and others at the Center for Gambling Research at UBC outlined these risks in their paper, Effects of Watching Gambling Live Streams on Cravings in Gamblers. Their research found that watching gambling streams evoked significant cravings in viewers to gamble. Some viewers claimed their motive to watch gambling streams was to reduce their desire to gamble, but researchers found the opposite. They found that those who watched gambling streams with the motive to reduce their gambling actually correlated with more problematic gambling. And the irony was not lost on me that they used an image of Aiden Ross in their presentation.
I would almost debate that Kick could be valued at a higher amount than stake even. This is bigger than stake.
This claim is laughable and might be his biggest lie of all, as Stake reported $2.6 billion in revenue last year, doubling in just 2 years, and is now the 7th largest gambling company in the world, even eclipsing giants like DraftKings. Meanwhile, Twitch earned roughly the same amount as Stake with 10x the user base of Kick. And you can bet that Stake is more profitable than Twitch with drastically lower server and operational costs. And this is just referring to revenue. We don't know what the actual profits are because Amazon keeps Twitch's financials under wraps, but Kick eclipsing Stake in profit with a 95-5 split and Wild West style moderation is just as much of a fantasy as that OnlyFans girl falling in love with you.
it is not a funnel to Stake or a extension of Stake by any means. Stake exists independently of Kick, and Kick will one day hopefully be our main priority.
Like Kick and Stake are completely unmarried from one another, but it actually is really devastating. There is a 2.5% conversion rate between Stake and Kick. 2.5 is incredibly high for websites.
Claiming that Kick is not a funnel for Stake is extremely hard to believe when Stake has signed numerous Kick streamers to very lucrative deals to stream gambling on Kick. Trainwrecks TV confirmed his exclusive deal to gamble during streams.
My deal is only exclusivity. That's it. It's when I gamble on their site.
Eddie confirms that Drake deal has been profitable for Stake, then goes on to discuss plans for Drake to stream more on Kick.
It was a successful campaign. I think we did see an ROI. We were speaking with Drake actually a few hours before this stream actually, and maybe toying with the idea of doing some streams sort of when he was backstage and I think that's what makes live streaming so powerful from a marketing perspective. I think when it's done correctly and you actually pair up an influencer or a creator who genuinely loves the product and has reach, that's when you have this perfect storm of being able to actually sell a product. And this is what I think is a little bit more powerful than just your traditional pre-rolls.
Eddie gives away the real game here, explaining how native advertising will be far more profitable for Stake than pre-roll ads and allow Stake to hide their advertising on the Kick website within the content as product placement.
There was incredible amounts of money that was being bet at any given moment. I think personally, I don't believe was good for anybody. I don't condone that at all. I think that was something which attracted unneeded attention.
Really, Eddie? You want us to believe that you prefer less money be bet on Stake? Despite Eddie's brilliant positioning of Good Cop CEO and masterfully spinning Kick's PR, the dirty truth of Kick is its hidden purpose to get kids addicted to gambling. By advertising Stake natively through streamer contracts, it gets to hide in plain sight. It won't be labeled on the website nor pushed through pre-roll ads. It will be natively fed to children through streamer content. I'm fully aware that gambling, especially sports betting, is going mainstream, and there's nothing wrong with letting an adult make personal decisions, but it's a very risky endeavor that should be reserved for adults. It's well known that most viewers who watch streamers for hours on end are children and teens. I'd rather they just cover the entire site in Stake ads so at least parents would know their child is on a gambling website. Kick is currently one of the most toxic spaces on the internet. Even if they clean it up, as their CEO promises to do, their underground gambling pipeline will remain. I'd rather Twitch out than kick it with these guys. Thanks for watching.